Let's go ahead and get started and dive into our next review. So, the next review that I've chosen to pick here is a in between. I've been in between, records and seeing which ones I should do. Seeing as though it's going to be like an anniversary kind of thing. The next album that we'll do here is Young Thug's So Much Fun, and it was released last year, August 16th. So we're in July now, coming up on August. So I'm gonna go ahead and do kind of an anniversary review for that record there. And so I'm going to go ahead and dive into that. Let's go ahead and start. So, let's take a look at my notes here. Overall, I think the album's pretty good. When it first came out, I was listening to it. It takes some getting used to, and it takes some getting used to Young Thug as well. But there's some likes and dislikes that I have. But overall, it's he's an okay. And definitely, since at the time nothing was really going on, and that was one of the records sparked a fuse as far as keeping the genre going and the genre alive. So that's pretty much how I want to sum it up. It kind of died down after maybe 6 to 8 months, maybe, more or less. But I'm sure he's working on a new record now. So let's start with features. So one of the things that caught my eye with this record it's just the amount of features, man. There's a lot of artists, a lot of songs to choose from, to listen to vibe off of, and that's what really, caught my eye. So we're gonna talk about some of the artists he's featured. We got MGK, Nav, Future, Gunna, Uzi, 21 Savage, Quavo, and Juice WRLD. So, that's a lot right there. And most, if not all, of those features they've got some fire songs. Next thing I want to go into are the singles for the record. We got. I'm not sure what the name is, but I believe it's London. And this song features Travis Scott, J. Cole. I'm sure everyone is aware of that record. I think that record pretty much set the tone. It was a very good record, in my opinion. I think that really boosts the album. The second single is Hot, and that is featuring Gunna. Originally, there is a remix. In the beginning, it was very, everyone was digging the track. Even I was digging the track, but after a while, after the hype died down and everything like that, it just doesn't compare to some of his newer songs, or some of the songs one of the songs that he's come out with afterwards. One of the songs he's done out west, definitely rhythm-wise, beat-wise, cadence, everything like that, I think that pretty much blows Hot out of the whatever it was, which is good because he was able to top what he did. But listening to that record made me question why I liked Hot in the first place. So those are, the two singles, and I believe there are more with videos to them, but we're just focusing on those two for now. And the next thing I want to bring up are the producers. So we have a lot of the Atlanta-based producers and some of the West Coast kind of feel for that, as well as some of the young producers. So we have Wheezy with the tag Wheezy Out of Here, Nick Mira, Pierre Bourne, Super Mario, Southside, T Minus, and DJ Mustard. So that's a pretty good assortment there. Very trap influence, so it's a pretty good indication there. And yeah, I think that's pretty good. None of the producers really I would expect these guys to be a part of the project. DJ Mustard, I didn't expect him to be on there, but he's on there. And then Super Mario, I didn't know he was on there, but he's on there. I'm not going to rate or judge any of the beats. I'm just looking at this project as a whole, so we're going to continue with that. Lastly, I want to point out that he also released a deluxe version. And this version came with extra songs, the remix to Hot, and it also came with a song that was originally supposed to be on the original package. So he did a song with MGK, and the original project didn't have MGK's verse. So when he released the deluxe version, it came with the verse. And outside of that, with the deluxe version, it was I thought it was just a very good record because we already had so much good content, and then to add that to it, when people were able to consume at face value what was coming in, was just great because it allowed you to listen to new content, and then it allowed you to also enjoy the original, dive deeper into the original while still having some bonus material to kind of vibe to. So I'm going to put this album into two kind of ratings. It's going to be one post, but we're going to have two different ratings here. So for the original version, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. I would have liked to give it a better rating, but the fact is I'm not listening to the record now, a year later, so I'm going to give it an average rating. And then the deluxe version, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5 and go out and say it's above average, just because some of those songs are still it's not necessarily in my head, but I can remember. I can remember Diamonds, I can remember, that the remix is on there. Those are pretty much the ones that stick out. But I know that, there's just a lot more energy. Not a lot more energy, but that brings more energy to the project as a whole. So with that being said, we're just gonna keep this thing going. Look forward to something every week, and who knows, we might start doing stuff on YouTube. But for now, let's go ahead and I'd like to thank the listeners, thank the audience, and yeah, let's keep this thing going. I'll talk to you guys soon.